can hear me? Yay! Brilliant. Okay, cool. Sorry about the time. I can't see anybody else that's in the class. It's because the other screen's not there. So if you're doing funny faces at me, I can't see you, so go for it. Okay then, today we will be going through circles and spheres and light sources. Okay, to begin with, you will need your paper, you will need a pencil, you will need something round to draw around. I know some of you have been using Pritt stick glue lids to draw around. That's cool, you can use that, or a sellotape, anything really. I can show you how to draw a freehand circle to begin with. If you don't have anything to draw around, that's not a problem. I will show you that now. So, is it too dark? Mr. Baker, am I too dark? Apparently I'm too dark. Mr. Baker. Sorry everyone, I am a bit dark, yeah. So we're going to be doing a light source today, so I needed it a little bit dark, but possibly a bit too dark. Okay. Okay. All right. So I can't see this camera and what have you and everything, so I'm hoping you guys can see what's going to be coming up on this camera. Mr. B, I hope they can see what's coming up on this camera. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do a freehand circle real quick. So keep your pencil fairly angled, not straight up or anything. So you're going to come around like a C, like that. So it's quite rounded. If you've got nothing to draw around, then you'll be doing this. If you've got something to draw around, please draw around it. Make your first circle, and then turn your paper around so you're not contorting yourself, and draw another C that's joined onto it. Okay. And there's your circle. So you've got two C's joined together, but don't contort yourself. I know a lot of people contort themselves, try and go round and turn themselves. Turn your paper, it's a lot easier. Okay, so we've got a circle. First of all, we're going to start very simply. We're going to make some little characters with our circles, and then we'll go on to the spheres, and I will show you how to make a sphere and show you light source for spheres. But first, let's make some characters. So you've got a circle, I hope. Everybody's got a circle, at least one circle at the moment. And then you're going to draw a little triangle that comes from the edge of your circle going up, almost to the top, not quite, and then coming down from that line down to the bottom of the circle. So you've got like a little triangle in there. And then you're going to have some little legs sticking out. This might give it away what it is. So from one side of your circle, little line, and then another little line coming off of that. And then another one. And then you are going to have another line coming out and then going down. You're going to end up with 4 on one side of your circle. And then you're going to do directly opposite, so mirror image, symmetry. You're going to have another one coming out on this side, and then another one coming out on this side. You can probably tell what this is, and another one coming out on this side going down, and then another one just underneath there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to have a half circle, a semicircle on top of that circle, coming down and joining it to that circle, so half a circle at the top. And then going with symmetry again, you're going to have little spots. I'm sure you probably know what this is now. Spot, spot, so mirror imaging, spot, spot, spot. And then if you want, you can do a little face on your ladybug, 1 eye, 2 eye, and a mouth. There's our ladybird. And that's just using a circle. And then we're going to do another one, another circle, going to make another little creature. So if you're drawing freehand, again, make your C shape. If you're drawing around something, excellent, draw around it. If you haven't got something to draw around, that's not a problem. Keep your pencil nice and light, not pressing too hard. And then turn your page round and do another C shape that joins onto that. That will give you a nice circle. And not an oblong or something, or an oval or something like that. There we go, there's our circle. Turn it back round again. And this time, you are going to make a 3 on one side, so a 3 joining to the side of your circle, nice big 3, make it big. Nice big 3 joining onto your circle like that. And then on the other side, you're going to do a mirror image, and it's a back to front 3 this time, it's going the other way. Joined onto your circle like that. You might be able to tell what this one is as well. And then we're going to do some little antenna on top of your circle. So a little line coming out, and then a little circle on top of that. Lots of circles in these pictures. It's all about circles today. And another line coming up, a little circle on top of that. Then we're going to have some lines. So from the middle of your circle, you're going to draw a line straight across from one side to the other. And make it a little bit thick, because this is a stripe. I'm sure you can probably work out what this is. It's a little bit thick on that old line. And then another one just below that, heading down towards the bottom of your circle. Make that a bit thick too. And then one more on the very bottom. And maybe just a little bit of a stingy tail. I'm sure you know what this is now. So we're coming out from the bottom and bringing it to a point and back up again. There he is. He's one of our bees. And we're going to put some eyes at the top, maybe a little mouth. There he is. Cute. Mr. Bee, Mr. Buzzy. And then one more circly shape, and then we're going to go on to the 3D spheres. Okay? So, I'm going to draw around one of my objects, which is a sellotape for this one. No particular reason, just easier and quicker. There, nice big circle. And then for this one, what you're going to do is you're going to do a bumpy M on top of the circle. I haven't left myself a lot of space. Hopefully you guys have left yourself a bit of space. But you can do a bumpy M, Maisie Mountain, for all of you read-write inkers out there, Maisie Mountain, and then an extra mountain. Maisie Mountain, Mountain, Mountain. Okay, and then from the side of your circle, about halfway, you're going to draw a straight line out and do a semicircle, not too far out, but just enough. And it joins on to the main circle. And then mirror imaging on the other side. So bring your pencil lightly across so you can get it on the other side accurately. You're going to come across, straight line, and then another semicircle coming out. There. And it's joined onto the main circle. I didn't leave myself a lot of room there. Naughty me. If you can leave yourself enough room, that's cool. If you can use a rubber, that's fine. I haven't got a rubber with me. It's not the end of the world though. Okay, so then at the bottom of your circle, you're going to bring a little line coming down, and then you're going to do like a upside down V shape. So a little V there like that, or a triangle, whatever way you want to call it. And then another line coming up, joined onto the circle, and then mirror imaging again, bringing a line down, and a little upside down V shape or a triangle, and then down, and then join it back up to the circle again. Or a W. Actually, that's a bit like a W, isn't it? Or an upside down M. There's shapes in everything, isn't there? Okay, and then we're going to have some eyes in the middle. And then a triangle. Everything's shapes today, isn't it? Everything's shapes. Little triangle in the middle. And there we have a bird. Birdie. Okay, so there's some animals using simple circle shapes. Now I'm going to show you how to make your circles spherical. Okay, so I have a sphere here, and there is a light source involved in this. So Mr. B, would you mind doing the lights for me? I have my trusty torch here, although Mr. B said he wasn't working very well. It's my trusty torch. Don't know if you can see that. Trusty torch. It's Darth Vader. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Mr. B. You're a star. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a light source. Is this? Yeah, this is on here. Can you see the light coming in on the sphere just here? The rest of the sphere is in darkness. You see that where I'm pointing? This is all in darkness, and this has light over it. Okay, so oh, fabulous, Mr. B. Thank you very much. So we've got light coming on here, and we've got darkness over here, but it's still maintaining some of that spherical look, that kind of curvy look. So when we come to draw this, when we're doing our shading, we're going to keep it very curvy. Okay, You all right there, Mr. B? So if I do a light source from this side and cover this side a little bit, you can see it from this side coming through. Can you see that? So we've got light source coming here and then darkness on the other side, and then from the top, and then you've got darkness underneath. And then it's very rare that you get this, but sometimes, very rarely, which is why it looks very strange, you'll get a light source from underneath. But that's very rare because mostly we have the sun and the moon and everything, and that's always above or to the side of us. So which is probably why it looks a bit spooky when you have a light underneath your face. Okay, thank you, Mr. B. Would you mind raising the lights for me? Thank you. So, with that in mind, we are going to do some more circles, but this time we're going to make them look 3D. So, move that over there. We are going to draw our circle again. I'm going to do mine freehand again because that bird was absolutely huge. So we've got a C shape, and then I'm going to turn my page rather than contorting myself. Nice big C shape, turn the page, and another C shape joined to it. Nice and curvy, bring it round. Keep it curvy. Keep your pencil light so it's not too hard, so that it doesn't matter. See, I've actually made lots of little mistakes here. That's okay, because I'm keeping it light and they actually make a part of my picture. So sometimes mistakes can become a part of your picture. It's not the end of the world at all. Now, I'm going to make my light source. I'm going to draw an arrow to show where my light source is coming from. I want it coming from up here. So this is going to be my light area. So I need the opposite side to be very, very dark. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold your pencil at an angle, not straight ahead, not like this. We're going to hold it at an angle, and we are going to curve round. You're going to take your pencil and you're going to press quite hard. This is where you can press hard rather than lightly. So press quite hard, and you're keeping it in a curvy motion. Okay, keep going in a curvy motion, and you're getting lighter as you come towards the light source. So pressing lighter and lighter, you're getting lighter and lighter. I'm getting very light now. I'm keeping that little bit of a curve in there, and then you're going to come under here because there will still be a bit of dark under here. If we have light coming from here, we'll still have a tiny bit of darkness underneath. So again, keep your pencil at an angle, press quite hard, and coming out lighter and lighter and lighter, keeping it a little bit curvy, not too straight. There we go. And then there will still be a little bit of dark over here, so a little bit coming out, a little bit dark, and then lighter and lighter. And there we are. There is your 3D sphere. Not too bad. You can make the darker side even darker, make it really stand out, so it really looks quite light. And then what if we have a light source from the other side? So you're going to draw another circle. There's my C shape. Turning my page around so I don't contort myself. And doing another C shape. Bringing it round, curving it round. If you've got your glue lids or your sellotape or whatever to draw around, please do that. That's absolutely fine. I'm just doing it freehand for those that haven't got anything to draw around. Probably repeating myself a million times over, I do apologise. Now, my light source, I'm going to draw an arrow here this time. My light source is going to come from this side. So the opposite side is going to be very, very dark. So it's going to be this side that's dark again. So angle your pencil, press quite hard and keep it in a curvy motion. Keep curving it quite hard, you're pressing quite hard. And then you're getting lighter and lighter, so not quite such a hard touch as you're coming out, keeping that curve slightly, bringing it out to the light source, which isn't something you put on your chips. It's a light source as in a source of light to look at. Okay, and then a little bit around these edges, bit of a medium pressure coming out in a curvy motion. Keep your pencil angled, not straight ahead. And then from this side as well, keeping it curved, lightest touch, and keeping it rounded. And there we are. And there's another sphere, but lit up from the other side. What if you want that strange one where it's lit up from underneath? Okay, so another circle, and our light source is going to be underneath this time. You can guess where the darkness is going to be. I'm sure you'll be able to tell. There's my C shape. Turn it over. C shape. There we go. Joined on. Another circle. Turn it back round again. Now I want my light source from underneath. Okay. There we go, there's my arrow showing my light source. And this time, opposite side, it's going to be the top that's dark, which is why it's a bit strange. Very unusual to have the top part of something in darkness. Because, as I say, usually the light source comes from above us in the sun or the moon. So we're keeping it curvy again, we're pressing quite hard at the dark part. And this time it's going to be quite a lot of that bit that's dark on top. Very strange. Keeping it curvy, coming out lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. And then this edge is going to be a little bit dark, but not too dark, and it's coming lighter. And then this edge as well, coming out. Keeping it fairly light as it comes towards the light source, curving, curving. And there we are, there's another one. You can make it even darker, to be honest with you, over that side. Like the dark side of the moon. Even my sphere is like it. This is actually a moonstone. Because it looks like the moon, really. It's very cold to touch as well. Okay, so there we go. There's all our spheres, and if you like, you can even make bubbles. Shall we make a bubble of one of these circles? Now, with a bubble, it's like a sphere again, but you're going to have a slightly different look. So let's draw another circle, C shape. Turn it round. C shape. If you're drawing around something, please do that. Oops, there we go, that's why I'm keeping my pencil light. It went slightly skew with there. That's absolutely fine because I'm keeping my pencil light. Feathered effect, bring it round. Now, with a bubble, if we want a bubble, you're going to make a curve. You're going to keep with the curve again, but this time you're going to make it like a curvy triangle. So you're going to have a straight line coming over here, near the top of your circle. And then you're going to curve it round, following this curve of your circle, curve it round, and then you're going to bring the other curve from the other side of the line at the top. You're going to curve that too, so it brings it to a point at this other line. And there's our curvy triangle. Looks a bit like a bubble, doesn't it? And then sometimes bubbles have a little bit of an extra kind of piece of light just there. Our light source, as you probably can tell, is coming from this side on the bubble. Bubbles usually have a light side, top of them is the light source, because obviously the bubble's in the air. Very rare that you'll get a bubble lit from the bottom. And then the other side of the bubble, of course, is going to be dark, isn't it? Because this is our light source. So we're going to go in dark and keep curving it round, pressing hard for the darkness of it, and then coming out a bit lighter, and lighter, and lighter, and lighter. And then this bit, a little bit dark, then coming out lighter, and this bit coming out lighter. And there we go, that's our bubble. So that's a 3D bubble. What if your bubble bursts? Oh no, what if my bubble bursts? Okay, we can show you that too. So this time you're going to draw an S shape, small S shape, like that. And then you're going to take the top of your S and you're going to curve it round to the bottom of your S. And then you're going to turn your page and do another S shape, just to the side, just underneath that one, another S shape. And then take that top of that S and bring it round to that part of the S. And our bubble is bursting, another S as you turn your page round. Top of the S, bring it round to the point. And then another S. Another S shape. And our bubble has burst. Oh no. And on the burst bits you can do another light source like you have got here. It's a tiny bit there. And then a tiny one there. Our lights are keeping the light source the same, which is from this side over here. And another one there. And it's burst. Oh no. And then you can do a few little lines coming off. It's popped. Our bubble's popped. Oh, sad. Popped bubble. How are we doing for time? We are okay. Started a bit late as well, so. Okay, so now you can go back to your animals and make them look 3D. So let's go back up to the animals, if you can find your animals. And we are going to, where would you like the light source coming from? I'll leave it for you to choose. I'm going to have my light source coming from here, I think, for my ladybird. It's up to you where you have your light source coming from, as long as you remember that the dark side is the opposite side. But obviously if you're going over any patterns, like with this ladybird, you're going to need to make those patterns darker as well, so they stand out. And then coming around, getting lighter and lighter. And underneath the wing, you'll have a bit of darkness too, and a little bit of darkness there, because the wings will cast a shadow. Coming round, coming up, and then the face as well. A little bit of darkness on the opposite side, getting lighter. There we go. And then with the bee, I think I'm going to have my light source coming from this side this time, and I'm going to shade the other side dark. You can use colours as well if you like. If you want to do your bumblebee in his yellow and black, that's absolutely fine if you'd like to use your colours. And this is something you can finish off in your own time, or when you've got some spare moments, if you're in your class bubble or if you're at home, you can do colour. And the same principle with colour. I'll show you really quickly with colour. It's a similar sort of principle. I'm going to do my bird. I'm going to get a colour out. I think I'll do my bird. I think it's going to be a blue bird. So what you're going to do, I'm going to have my light source coming from here, I think. So this is going to be very dark. Dark, 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 dark. You're pressing quite hard with the colour. So this is how to do it with a colour. Don't worry if you haven't got colours, that's absolutely fine. You can do it with the shading like I've been showing you, that's cool. So we're actually coming in quite dark. This bird's going to look like a bubble actually, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to end up looking like a bubble bird. So there we go. So quite dark on the dark side and then getting lighter and lighter. A little bit there, dark, and then getting lighter, curving round. See, because this is a larger circle. Takes a bit more doing from the sides and everything. And then we're coming out, coming round, trying to keep it angled. And then his wing on this side will be a lot darker because it's in shadow, and then coming out a bit, getting lighter as it comes out into the light. This one will be fairly light, just a little bit of darkness underneath because the light source is coming from above. And then the legs will be fairly dark and then getting lighter towards the light source because they're underneath the bird. So they're going to be quite dark. And then a little bit of tuft on top, getting lighter as you come out. Dark and then light. The beak, where the light source is, it's going to be light. Where it's dark, it's going to be darker, and then coming out light. And there's my bubble bird. How are we doing? How is everyone doing? Is everyone okay? Yeah? All good? How's the bubbles going? Anyone show me their bubbles or their animals or anything? Hey, looking good, Rosie. Well done. Love it. Excellent. I can't see anyone in their classes. Doing great. Okay, well done, everyone. I think we're coming to an end now. Ending a little bit, even though I started a bit late. I'm really sorry I'm ending as well. And that is our light source. That is our bubbles. That's our burst bubbles. If you want to shade a bubble, go for it. Again, where the darkness is, go dark. Where the light source is, go light. Okay? Everyone okay? Are you right there, Caden? How you doing? Good?